All right, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Jason Miles. And if you've seen me, you know me as the real estate guy, real estate and business guy, right? But I like to cook. I really enjoy cooking. So I made this dish for my family a couple weeks ago. I make it every now and then. But my daughter and her friend and everyone in the house said, you know, you need to record that. So on their behalf, I'm gonna go ahead and record this. Actually, with their help, I'm recording this. So tonight is my version of Bang Bang Shrimp. So these are Bang Bang Avocado Shrimp Tacos, okay? And all you're gonna need is your flour tortillas. You're gonna need some salt. I like to use kosher salt. You're gonna have your onion powder, your roasted garlic, black pepper, smoked paprika. You're gonna need some mayonnaise, decent mayonnaise, some sweet chili pepper. You can have, you can either use sriracha or you can use, you know, like a chili garlic sauce. I have a little here, but I make a Thai version of it, so I have that right here. It's right here. It's hot stuff. I make it. You don't want to eat too much of it. You also want to have yourself some buttermilk, some cornstarch, and then of course you're going to need your vegetables. You're going to need your limes, your tomatoes. You need red cabbage, but you can get, you know, if you can't find red cabbage, you can kind of, you know, mix and match that with a cabbage blend, whatever it is you can find. You're also going to need your cilantro. You're going to need your avocado, and you're going to need your garlic. You got to have your garlic. You're not going to use a ton of it, but you absolutely have to have your garlic. Now, the measurements are going to vary depending on how many people you want to serve. So I'm just going to go with, you know, what I do, okay? I'm just gonna kind of wing it and kind of tell you what it is as I'm putting it in. The shrimp is thawing out over here. It's almost ready to go. So I'm gonna start making the sauces so you can kind of see what goes into that. And it's really quick, it's really easy, it's really not a difficult dish to do, especially for how great it tastes. So let's get to it. Boom. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to get situated is the sauces. There's only two sauces we're making. We're making the Bang Bang sauce, and then, well, technically there's three because there's the avocado that's going to go in a little bit later. So there's the Bang Bang sauce, and then there is the marinade. So we're going to get started with the marinade so we can have our shrimp doing what it does while we're getting everything else together, okay? Ready? Let's go. All right, so first thing we're going to start off with about a cup of the buttermilk. And then we're going to go with some onion powder. And then we're going to go with our roasted garlic, granulated garlic basically. It's roasted granulated garlic. And we're going to do some pepper. I like to use fresh, you know, ground black pepper. I roast it and put it in the bottle so it has its own unique flavor. So I buy it, roast it in the pan, drop it in the grinder, and then I grind it up. So we're gonna use a little bit of that. And of course, you can't forget your salt. Now we're gonna take our shrimp, put it in our bowl. We're gonna drop our marinade in it. Give that a toss, and then just set it to the side. So now we'll just let this sit to the side while we do everything else so it has time to marinate and get real, you know, flavorful, and all these good flavors get into them there shrimp. Woo. So now we're gonna do the sauce. We're gonna do the Bang Bang sauce. Bang Bang! Now, you have to understand that this has to be in equal parts. So you're gonna do equal parts of your sriracha or your chili pepper, you know, your garlic chili sauce, which is what I'm using, which is very spicy. And then equal parts, of course, of your sweet chili sauce, okay? I'm telling you, it's really easy. So the mayonnaise is already in the bowl. Come on, let's see what we're gonna do. So we'll start with about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. of those. It looks about right. And we'll go with 1, 2, 3 of those. And we'll do 1 tablespoon, not very generous of this. Now, I made this already, so this is very, very hot, very, very spicy, very, very garlicky. I make it at home. I love it. You don't need much, so you gotta treat it very, very sparingly because it is spicy. I wish you could smell it. Now, there's one other thing that I like to add to mine to give it a little smokiness is smoked paprika or Spanish paprika. You don't need a whole bunch, just a little bit. It's good for flavor and it's good for color. And there's your bang bang sauce. Now we're going to put our cornstarch in here because we're going to use that to coat our shrimp when it's ready. It's almost time. Now, while you're doing this, you're going to also want to make sure that you're all situated. So we've got our pan over here. We're going to put our shrimp on the pan. Once it's coated, it's going to sit there. And we're going to coat them all at the same time so we can cook them evenly, right? We also have our oil over here getting ready to be hot. Now you're going to want to have a thermometer, right? You're going to want to have a thermometer. You don't want your oil to get hotter than, 375? That's fine. And depending on how many people you're cooking for, you might have 2 or 3 batches of this. So you get it up to 375, you cook the first batch, you take it out, and then you make sure that the second batch, before you put the second batch in, that it's back up to 375. You don't want to overcook it, and you definitely don't want to undercook it, and you don't want it to be anything other than nice and golden brown, okay? Cool. All right, now, so you're going to take these out, like one at a time, right? You're going to take them out one at a time. You could put like maybe 3 or 4 in there, coat them evenly, and then put them on your pan. But you want to do them, you want to do it enough so you can get most of that moisture off, but keeping enough moisture on there so that the cornstarch can stick to it, okay? Okay, so our oil's at 375 now. So now we're gonna get to it. Make sure you don't put too many in at once. You don't want them to clump up on each other. And you don't want the oil to get too cool too fast. All right, so if you got a skimmer, that's this thing, the best thing to do to pull these out of here. If you don't, a pair of tongs will be just fine. And make sure that you have a plate sitting to the side, with paper towels on it so that it can catch, the excess oil that you don't need. Okay, so this is just a little side note. While the last of the shrimp is cooking, when you're getting ready to chop, I know some of you might know this, some of you might not, but it's just a little trick. If you've got a cutting board or a smooth surface, and you know how when you're cutting it and it moves all over the place, get yourself a wet paper towel. Just a sheet folded in half will do. Take it, put it underneath your cutting board, boom. Don't move no more. All right, so we got the last of the shrimp coming out. Look at that. And you want to be careful. You don't want to break those little seals, those little shells you created with your cornstarch. Look at that. Nice and golden brown. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna add it to this bowl here. We're gonna put our bang bang sauce on there. We're gonna mix it up, okay? But you don't wanna use a big hard spoon, you know, use a soft spatula if you have it, or toss it. So I'm gonna do a little bit of both because you wanna, you know, like fold it in, kind of like when you're baking, okay? And it's okay to be generous with the sauce because you're gonna let it sit for a few minutes while you do everything else and it just kind of soaks in, right? Just be careful. Oh God, that smells so good. So now that you have it tossed, you just want to set it to the side so we can get everything else ready, okay? Let's go get all of our vegetables ready. Vegetables and herbs. Ready? Let's do it. So you're only gonna need about I don't know, cup and a half of this, of your cabbage, so let's get it cut. Now we'll do our tomato. And don't make them too small so you can get some good texture out of them. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our avocado bang bang paste. It's a sauce. Wait till you see how we apply it. It's gonna be just absolutely mind blowing. Now, a lot of people will just cut up the avocado and put it on there and it'd be great. I like to be a little more creative with mine. So we're gonna take the rest of the bang bang sauce and we're gonna create an avocado sauce. Watch me work. So now you take your flour tortillas. Some people don't toast them. It's up to you. You can toast them or not. Now, if you have a griddle, you can toast them on there. If you have an open stove, you can toast them on there. I just take mine and toast them on there just for a couple of minutes. So now it's time to build it. And building it is really easy. I have my unique way of doing it. But before I build it, I want to share something with you, right? Now, I made this sauce. I don't have any more of my pastry funnels, so I'm gonna have to improvise and use a plastic bag. I got a little bag here. I'm gonna put the sauce in there. And now all you do is push it to the corner, snip a little bit off the corner, and you're good to go. Now we're gonna build it. You ready? Let's go. I start with cabbage. Put a little bit of cabbage there. This is really good for crunch and freshness. It's really, really good. Take a little tomato. Be as generous again as you like. Then you come back for your bang bang shrimp. Now, you can put 2 or 3 or 4 on there. It just depends on what you want to do, what you like. I like to put 3 on mine. Then you take a little bit of your cilantro. Again, be as generous as you like. And you take your avocado. Take a little lime. good shot of that. Now, the moment of truth. Oh, it smells so good. You gotta have this. You gotta have this. It's time for me and everybody else to eat. We'll see y'all later. Peace.